Hi, my name is Gurmeet Manku. This is part 2 of a video series on heart disease. The focus is how many people in the world die due to heart disease. It's actually the number one killer of men and women worldwide. It's in USA, in India, in many states of India, among the Asian Indians, also known as Indian Americans, in high-income countries, in many parts of the world, heart disease is the number one cause of death. So let's look at it in some more detail. I'll show you some plots in a moment, but let me build towards it. So there is something called global burden of disease. This is a very large data set collected by several thousand scientists. I think it's more than 7,000 scientists have contributed. It is so large that hundreds of research papers have been written analyzing what is in the data set. So the data set has lots of statistics about deaths, disabilities, diseases, and risk factors. Okay. Now, in order to get a big picture idea of the entire world, the GBT team has divided the entire world into like 5 different regions by something called SDI, Socio-Demographic Index, which is some composite measure of average income, fertility, education. Okay. Now, the low SDI countries are shown in red and the high SDI countries are shown in dark blue. So what happens across these different SDI countries? How do people die? Let's study. Okay. So deaths in low SDI countries look like this. There is a very large number of deaths happening due to infections, maternal, neonatal, and nutritional conditions. Okay, and all these blue-colored deaths are NCDs, non-communicable diseases. Among the top ones are heart disease and stroke and cancer. Now let's look at this was low STI. Let's study low middle STI, the next group. You know, heart disease, stroke, cancer went up, and all these red-colored deaths went down. Okay, now comes middle STI. Many more heart disease, stroke, and cancer, and these red-colored deaths diminished. The next one, look, these red-colored, so small, okay? And heart disease, stroke, and cancer. The highest is called high SDI countries. Cancer became larger and a little less heart disease and stroke, but on the whole, these 3 are the main health conditions. So if you pool together all the data across the world, cardiovascular diseases of the heart, number 1, cancers, number 2, okay? In USA, heart disease, cancer is number 1, number 2 in both males and females, you see. Now, let's look at India. Since I'm from India, that's why I have an interest in India. Let's study 1990 till 2017. You can see all these red-colored deaths are reducing as a percentage of all deaths. NCDs are increasing. Okay, NCDs are shown in purple and blue here. Almost half of these NCDs are cardiovascular. Okay. Now, if I look at my friends, most of us, I think, will not be dying due to these reasons. A few might, but most of us face NCDs. And that's why it's very important for people like me and my friends to understand this, that cardiovascular disease is half the deaths, okay? And many more diagnoses happen, okay? Now, if you study state by state, we can see in different states across India, some blues and reds. But if you fast forward, 27 years, many more blues, fewer red deaths, right? So which states or which part of India, which regions have highest heart disease prevalence? We can see places like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Punjab. Coincidentally, the same places have high literacy rates, low poverty rates, and all these are interconnected, as will become clear in the video series I'll show you, okay? So I'm a Punjabi. So how many people in Punjab die due to cardiovascular disease? A large number, okay? These many people. So let's study Asian Indians. People who come from India and are living in USA are called Asian Indians or Indian Americans. 28% of deaths in women, 31% of deaths of men are attributed to heart disease. And many more diagnoses happen. Okay, these are deaths. Now here's a slide. This Asian Indian cohort is actually very small. It's about a percentage of the entire population. We don't have too many studies, but luckily we have a few. Now I'm just quoting this paper verbatim, which was published in 2018. It's kind of a review paper. CAD rates, coronary artery disease rates, are 3 times higher in Asian Indians living in US as compared with US national average. I can't believe this, but I'm just quoting what the paper is saying. Hospitalization is 4 times higher. We get hospitalized for CAD complications 2 to 4 times higher. The risk model is 6.6. Some risk number is, it's a more malignant disease. On an average, more arteries are clogged. The degree of clogging is more. The progression seems to be so fast that we seem to get heart attacks almost 10 years earlier. So all these statistics I hear about heart disease among Asian Indians are alarming. right? And along with heart disease, we also have obesity, hypertension, and diabetes. So type 2 diabetes, again, 3 times higher than US national average. So the reason I'm highlighting this is that in USA, we have some messaging in place. So people who have higher cholesterol numbers or higher LDL numbers, we get informed we should be careful because heart disease is a risk. All that messaging needs to be amplified for us, for Asian Indians. We have to be extra careful. And that's all I'm trying to say through this slide. Even if the numbers are approximate and not too accurate, the big picture is we have much more heart disease. We need to be far more careful if we are in USA and happen to be these Asian Indians. Okay, I'm making videos these days and I have articles at Thankful to Plants. If you like these, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you so much.